the new car, 2005 Audi A3 Sportback. It's an 8P model. For those VW fans who would know what that is. It is a 2-litre turbo Quattro, 200 bhp apparently. But one thing about it is I'm already doing work on it. So what am I doing? I come over and show you these rear brake pads. Look at this. Look at how little life they had on them. It's ridiculous. So I'm changing the distant pads on the rear. I'm going to jack the car up. You can see the jacking points are just under the sill. So I'm going to jack the car up using a block of wood, and then I'll show you that when that's all supported on axle stands. So I'm just going to explain some of the things I need for this. So I've got my silicone spray, which is for the seal for the caliper, some carb spray or similar to clean the disc off. I've got some specific things such as spline tool. This is for taking the disc out. It's a chromoly, but it's M14 spline. You need that. Take the hanger bracket off, and also you need it's a Torx bit, TPS 27, and that's just to take the disc off. That's for the little grub screw that holds the disc on to the hub. You need 13mm and a 15mm to hold the slider bolts, so that means that you can take off, get the pads out, the old pads out. And other things are, normal stuff, 17mm to take the wheel nuts off, breaker bars. I found out using a breaker bar, I'll show you this later, but a breaker bar, a little small one, because I could only buy a long spline tool. It would be ideal to have a short spline tool, but I've only managed to buy a long one. And then I've got things such as wire brushes and sandpaper to clean those hubs off to make sure they're nice and flat. So that's everything that you need. My setup, this is a block of wood on a jack. I'm going to be basically supporting underneath that rear suspension bush. Looks quite stout, so that'll be alright. And then here I have a axle stand, which is supported on some wood, and that's just in line with the jacking point mark, so that way I'm hopefully not going to damage the sills at all. So I'm going to lower it down on that and then start work. I'm happy now. I've actually undone, or just slackened off the wheel nuts before I did this. It's always best to. Now I'm going to take the wheel off. So here's the brake disc and pad. First thing I come to, basically this whole thing is corroded. The mounting points to the back. Won't be very clear if I show you, but it's all corroded. So when you go along, that's going to be flapping around, and you think, what's that? Well, it's just not really being held on by anything. It's gone the other side, so I'm actually just going to cut this off. Ideally, I would replace this, but yeah, it's an old car. The handbrake's on at the moment. I'm going to use the Torx or TPS 27. Put it on there, make sure it's fully in, and shock the back of it and take it off. Taking that out, it's one of these little chamfered bolts, and now put the handbrake down in the car. These sliders, so upper and lower sliders, they're the same as each other. Basically 15mm spanner, get it in there to stop the slider bolt turning, and then 13mm on the back, and there's a bolt that goes right the way through it, so just shock that off, start undoing it, and then I'll use a ratchet spanner just to take both of them fully out. So those two bolts are out, and then we can just basically move back the caliper off. I usually use a pry bar, or you can use whatever, just to lever this back off. There we go, here's the caliper out the way. So it's quite nice with these handbrake cables, unlike quite a few other cars I've worked on. They're quite good in terms of flexibility, so you can move the caliper right out of the way, and then you can just take these This is a little backing thing for the brake, and then you can just take these little pads out. I'll show you. This isn't, got a little bit of life left, but not a lot. And the disc itself, it's got a huge step on it. So these discs are fairly thin. I haven't measured them or anything, but you know, I've got new discs anyway. So, and then this back one again, a little anti-squeal pad, and then just take this old one out, and then I'll add a little bit more. But yeah, got new discs and pads anyway. This is actually the disc, other than the fact it's seized on there, is fairly free to come out now, other than the fact it's got this hanger bracket, and that's where the spline tool comes on. So I'll set up to show you that now. Here we have it. Here's the setup. So there's the spline bit, little 1/2 to 3/8 and a 3/8 little breaker bar. Again, I think it would have been easier maybe if I'd had a stubby, but you never know. This is the setup's working, and I'm just basically shock, and then it will come off. Don't just try and press it. You actually need to shock it off, and you have more of a chance because these things are quite rusty. So that's the first one, and then basically I will take that off fully, or most of the way, and then I'll work on the next one. I'll show you that. So this is the top one I just did there. And the next one, with the caliper out the way, you can see it's even easier. It's just the 1/2 inch breaker, small one I have, and then the Torx bit, and again just shock, and then it'll come off, and then you can start unwinding it. Another plan of attack can be going through the side here. There's just enough room around, or between the spring and the shock, to get in there as well. But either way, both of mine are loose now, so I'll undo them both fully and get the hanger out, and therefore the disc. So here's the bolt out. This one's dry, no copper slip there, so don't know why no one's done that, but anyway. So just be careful here before you start trying to work on these, because there's a lot of grit that can get caught in them, and I actually used a little screwdriver, little precision screwdriver, just to kind of dig out all bits of grit, and also use some WD-40 again just to kind of get rid of some of the stuff in there, because if you don't seat the spline the whole way in, just show you that. So here's the spline tool. If you only get, say for example, a little bit in and try and work with it, you might strip the top of the bolt, and then you're a bit screwed. Try and get it the whole way home. That's pretty much in where the witness marks are there. Then you'll have a chance. It needs to go the whole way to the bottom of the spline like that. So make sure you're the whole way home before you start putting some torque on. If it's only that much in, you're going to ruin it. It's the second one out. Now this is loose. Got nowhere really to zip tie that out of the way. I'd usually zip tie it. Get that out. There you go, that's out. Put that over there. Take this disc out. This is where you need the hammer, rubber hammer. I'll go and get that, and I'll crack this here. Hold on. To belt that a couple of times with the big hammer to get that out. But not really what you want to do if you can keep the disc, but I'm not keeping it, so whatever. Anyway, this reveals this. So this, see the witness marks here? This was just basically flapping around all the time, go down the road. Like, what's this noise? It's this. Basically I can just snip there. Might just be able to. There we go, you're free. So that's better. And now I'll just clean up this hub. So just wire brush the main part of the crap up here, all the rust and stuff. And I've got a bit of P40, so kind of coarse sandpaper, and just take off the high parts of any rust as well. So you know how it goes. I'll just clean that all up. So that's nicely cleaned up. Now we want to wind this caliper back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the hanger, put that back on, attach that with no disc on for the moment, and then start winding that back in. So put the hanger bolts in, obviously copper slip them. Got these I'm going to copper slip them as well. Now, some people say don't do that. I've always done that, never had a problem, and I'm going to do that. So, going to basically, these are the new bolts, may as well use the new ones. So I'm going to put them on as well, and yeah, then begin to the winding back process. So that's it the whole way home. I'm going to rub off any excess silicone on there and then fit the pads. So you undo the 13mm bolts that hold the caliper in, and then just take off these little spring clips. So I'll be able to do that by hand or probably. Yeah. There's one, it's rusty, and here's the other one. Just pull on there. The second one. With these, so I'm going to first use the wire brush and just wire brush these surfaces, and then put these spring clips in. So that's had a quick wipe up the silicone. Then this is the spring clip. This just goes in like so. Push it in place, and then push the other side in place. There you go, nice. And then get the other one. There's the other one. And then put that up in here, like so. Make sure not to bend it as it goes in. There we go. So, it's up in there like so. That's up in there like that. Now it's time for the final install, so I'm going to carb spray the disc and put it on. Obviously undone one of the bolts fully and got it hanging at the back, so I can get the disc in, and calipers ready to go as well. Got everything copper slip. So first off, carb spray, and just take off any kind of I don't know, packaging spray they put on it. I think these are a bit different because these we've got this special paint on them, but I always rub the surfaces down anyway, so let's do that. It's the disc in with the little retaining TPS 27. Up both the splines, so there's the spline on the half there, and then there's the spline at the bottom there. So just do both those up, they need to be tight. Copper slip on the little ears here, and then you can just put them in like so. See, basically, there you go, there's the top bit in, and then put it over, and then just fill it up against the pad. It's got the anti-squeal pad at the back, so you don't need to put copper slip on the back. And then get the other one and put it in around the back. So there's the other pad in, and make sure they're nice and flush up to the disc. And now, because I've wound in the caliper fully, it should just slip over this, which it does. And basically, just you've got to push these in. It's impossible to do with one hand, but well, there we go. No, okay, done it. So that goes over there without a fight. And then just got the two 13s. I'm going to put the 13s in with the ratchet spanner and nip them up with the spanner itself. And a 15 in here to stop them turning. And there we have it, all done. So just make sure the wheel turns freely, and then just bed them in as usual. Check your handbrake works, and that's it. That's how you do it. So the other thing to think about is just make sure you've got no crap on the disc from your grubby hands or your copper slip, whatever. And yeah, chuck the wheel back on, tighten the wheels up by hand, put it back on the deck and tighten the wheels up properly, and you're done.